Okay, welcome back. It is Monday afternoon on the 29th of March and I am out. I'm in the 6215R as always. I've got the Amazon vert spinner on the back, and yeah, so we ended up with 12, I think it was somewhere between 10 and 12 mil rain on Friday, so a fair bit, enough to stop drilling. So yeah, I think Simon's doing things like mucking out and stuff like that. I took the drill off and, as you can see, put the vert spinner on. On Saturday I put some nitrogen sulfur on the haylage grass, just as a top up for that, to get that going. It's a bit slow to grow at the moment, obviously with the cold temperatures what we've been having. And now I'm out in a field, out on the winter barley. This is the 2-row barley. I'm not sure what the variety, I think it might be Cassia or something like that. Can't remember exactly what the variety is. I'm up at Farm 3 and I'm spreading some Kieserite. And so basically I was supposed to cover this with Kieserite last spring, variable rate, but a load of fields got missed off of the maps last year, so I'm basically just filling in the ones that got missed last year. Yeah, so I think it's every 5 years, a company called Soil, they come out and test all the soil on the farm and then produce maps on and tell us what fields need what minerals, what fertilizers they need, and then we go on and we put on the phosphate and the Kieserite and the potash. It is a little bit bumpy out here because this is the first time we've drilled this field this way. Normally we go that way, sort of east to west, and now we're going north to south because it's got longer work. So it is a little bit bumpy. The crop's a little bit patchy in places. So the soil's a bit loamy here over clay, and it doesn't like a lot of wet weather in the winter. I drilled this, I think it was right at the end of September, maybe first few days of October, and then some of you will remember the first weekend of October we had 4 inches of rain, and that was smack bam on these seed beds, and it didn't get off to a very good start, to be honest, but it's pulled through. It doesn't look too bad. It'll probably yield better than what a crop of spring barley would yield up here on this soil, so it's gonna be alright. I will admit that there are some bits of spring barley in these fields, and that is because last season this was into spring barley, and when we came to combine it, it was all necked over. The straw was quite brackled over, and the header was snipping off quite a lot of heads, and we were losing whole heads of barley on the floor. And basically they're really hard to get to grow in the autumn, and because they just lie on top of the soil, they don't actually get mixed in with the soil. And then they actually, when you actually come to drill your crop, they get mixed in, or quite a lot of them get mixed in, and then they grow in your current crop. Right, so jobs for this week is to get this Kieserite finished. We've only got 9 tonne to spread over, is it 80 hectares I think, 70 or 80 hectares, and then wash this spinner off this evening. Tomorrow morning we've got a bit of cultivating to do with the old Vadestad NZ. We're going to drag that out the shed. I'll show you and explain in the morning about that, and then probably put the drill back on Wednesday and finish the spring oats, because we've got 2 more fields of spring oats to drill. And then we're going to Simon's going to start cultivating at Farm 1 tomorrow for spring wheat. What else? And then also there's a chance that we might have a drill coming out on demo this week, a cockling jockey. There's a chance, it's not definite. They might have sold the demo drill. So right, so it's 6 o'clock Monday evening now, and I'm done with the fertilising. I'll probably be done with this spinner now until we put on some potash on the haylage grass when we take the cut off. So I'm going to wash it all off now, give it a good bath. Right, Tuesday morning, and I've just dropped the front weight off. I don't need that today, or I don't need that this morning. I'm just going to put some oil on this fert spinner and then take the fertilizer spreader off, and then we're going to hook up the old cultivator. Right, the spinner is off. And now, I don't know how well you can see, we're going to hook up that old Valistad cultivator. It goes on the hook. You can just about see the hook. You hear that beeping? It's beeping because I was lifting off the seat. It doesn't like that. Put her in neutral and pull the hook in. Shut the window in case all the hydraulic pipes suddenly burst. Lift it up. We're going to take it up to the top yard and give it a bit of a grease round, and then I'll explain why I've got it on when I get to the field. Right, so she's all greased up. Tyres are good. Points are good, so I think we're ready to go. I might put some diesel in the tractor actually, and we'll get on. Right, so we're actually down at Jeremy's farm. We're drilling some oats in Jeremy's fields. That field has been cultivated, but this one next door has been ploughed. Jeremy ploughed it last week, and that is why I've got this cultivator on, because I'm going to have a go at levelling it off before I drill it. Yeah, I think it might go once around the headland to level off his ins and outs, and then we'll start going up and down. It's only a little field, it's only going to take an hour. I'm just going to unlock that. Get it unfolded. We might have to go over it a couple of times if it's a bit rough. Might as well do a decent job. Pull that around like that. So the reason why we've got four-wheel drive, the reason why this one got ploughed was because it was too wet to cultivate, basically. Let's drop that down, let's see what happens. Yeah, it was too wet to cultivate, so Jeremy ploughed it. We have got levelling boards on the front. You might have seen I just let the tyres down as well, or just the back ones. A bit lumpy. Dad reckons this cultivator is probably about 35 years old, so I need to go steady with it. I could end up pulling it in half. It is 5 metres wide. Cultivator's working well. Nearly over it first time over, and I've only been going half an hour, so I'll probably go over it again. It's not very level. You can still see the ridges, so we'll give it another go. It's a lovely day today. Nice, and I think it's going to be sunny for 2 or 3 days actually, and warm, and then cold again for Easter weekend. Yeah. We'll get this done, and then we're going to put the drill back on and come down here and drill these with spring oats, and then that'll be the spring oats finished. Need to order a service kit for this tractor. Look, she's 1442 hours, and it needs a full service at 1500. Okay, I'm finished with the cultivator now. I'm going to go back home, back to the farm, and take the cultivator off. I'm just about to drive into the corner of the field now to fold up. Got it off, got it nice and level now, so that's good. Yeah, we'll go back to the farm, take the cultivator off, and hook the, well, we have to pump the tyres back up again, and then hook the weaving drill on. It does seem a little bit silly letting the tyres down just for this little field, but running these tyres out here with 20 pound in them, it causes a lot of compaction, and we would have seen those tyre marks in the crop. Right, so it's Tuesday afternoon now, and I'm literally just finishing this field of spring oats, the last field of spring oats, and hopefully, well, this drill always leaves a bit of seed in the hopper. It doesn't empty right out. I expect the newer ones are probably better, but this one, you always end up with a bit left in the bottom, so that's it. We're at the corner. Let me have a look on here, look. Yeah, there's probably a couple 100 kilos left in there actually. But we'll go and clean that out, knock the fan off, fold up the wings, and we'll go back to the farm and get ready for spring wheat. We've got about 50 hectares of, maybe a little, with overlap, probably about just over 50 hectares of spring wheat drilling to do. So we're going to get ready for that. Simon's been out cultivating today at farm 1, which has apparently been going well. So we're going to get ready. Right, it's Wednesday morning now. I cleaned out the drill last night, which you saw, and now this morning I am putting some wheat seed in. This is spring wheat, and the variety is Giraffe. I'm going to put 1.5 tons in to get us going. You can fit 2 tons in, but I'll put this in to get us going, and yeah. Right, so we got our wheat in the hopper now. Instead of recalibrating, what I'm going to do is just type in the calibration figure from the last time I was on wheat. I think it's this one. No, not that one. Give me a minute. That one. Here we go. That calibration factor. At the moment on oats we were 0.305. If I change that to 0. I wrote this down last time I was on wheat. 390. Enter. Right, we'll go with that. Rather than spending half an hour recalibrating, we'll go with that. We'll do a tank. We'll see. We've got plenty of seed, so then if it is running a little bit fast or a little bit slow, I can then adjust the calibration factor accordingly. Right, so we just got to the field. We're at farm 1. This field is called Roadside. It's quite a small field. It's only about 5.5 hectares, I think. We've got some bigger ones to get into on our way back closer to the farm. Unfold the drill. So yeah, we're going to be drilling this wheat at 195 kilos per hectare. We've got 50 hectares to drill. We've got 10 tonne of seed. So put the fan on. We'll crack on, and Simon's on the second to last field. We've got 1, 2, 3, 5 fields. Yeah, the 50 hectares is over 5 fields. So yeah, I'm going to do the headland first on this field because it's just like a long, skinny field, basically. I'll drop the drill down. On the second time round, I will put headland tramline in. I'll get out and have a look at the seed depth in a minute. This is actually quite light ground here, but the rest of the fields here at farm 1 are all... So this is like right at the other end of the farm. So it's light ground. And rest of the fields going back towards the yard are all loamy soil over clay. Right, I'm going to get out and look at the seed depth, and then once I've done a tank full, I'll let you know if the seed rate has worked out. Right, so I've done my first tank of seed. It's saying we have used 1,323 kilos out of it. I put in 3 bags, 1.5 tons. But the reason it's saying that is because when it runs out of seed, there's always a bit. Well, I think I already said this before earlier in the video. There's always a bit of seed up the sides of the hopper. So what I'm going to do now is put another 3 bags in, or maybe even 4 bags, so I can fit 4 in, and zero this. So then next time it should be accurate. But I did work out that if I had 1,300 kilos, I should do 6.7 hectares. So I can already see that it's not far off. Alright, so I'm just on the headland of my second field this afternoon, and as you can see, I've run out of seed. I'll stop that, pause that for a minute. We'll have a look. You see on the camera there, look, I've run out of seed. I will have to just run over that bit, run back over that bit of the headland just to patch up where I've run out. Yeah, 1,489 kilos we've used, so we're running a touch fast, only a touch. but I have been only running at 195 kilos instead of 200 kilos, which is on the sheet, so we're probably about bang on, which I'm pleased with, to be honest, because that saved me half an hour of buggering around. I know you're supposed to calibrate, but that saved me half an hour. And this thing's not very easy to calibrate. It's a bit of a pain in the backside. So yeah, I'm going to go back for some more seed. So I am done for the day. I'm just on my way back to the yard, going up the track. I will show you. You can see me driving up the track. Look, so I'm on the John Deere app, which is called My Operations. You can see me driving up the track, and the yard is there, where the combine's parked at Farm 1. Oh, just missed that. I'll show you what I've drilled this afternoon. I have drilled, so we started off with the long skinny field. That one there, look. Try not to hit the log pile as I'm driving past. Then I drilled that one there, and I've just drilled that one there. And Simon has, today he's cultivated that one there, which is by the yard, and he's done that as well, most of that field. So yeah, good day. And that one there is probably going to be too wet to drill tomorrow, so probably have a day off drilling tomorrow and maybe do some rolling or something like that, or maybe I've probably got some spraying or something like that to do. Normally when I'm driving back up this track, I like to chuck the dog out and he runs along behind me, but as it's dark, I'm not going to do that, because we'd probably end up with a flat Eric, and one flat Eric's enough for this world.